Hello vinyl community, Bradley here. Today I have a video. I'll just show a couple albums. I'll try to make it as brief as possible, which will be hard. So anyhow, last week I got a couple Barnes & Noble's 20% off coupons in the mail. So my original idea was to maybe buy the Beatles White Album, the deluxe version remix by Giles Martin that has the Escher demos in it. So I went on Barnes & Noble and I could have swore I saw that on there. Well, they didn't have that on there. I must have been looking at Amazon or something. So anyhow, okay, couldn't get that one. So I got a couple other albums. I've been trying to rebuild my Beatles collection. And this album, I bought it, not this one, but I probably bought it a couple years after it came out. It is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by some British group or something, I don't know. Anyhow, this is the 50th anniversary remastering by Giles Martin. I believe it came out in 2017, probably, 50th anniversary. Amazing remix. Fantastic. He went back to the original tapes and all that. So, and I always kind of hated, which I didn't hate, but the stereo mix of Sgt. Pepper's, the common one, you know, you had clumps of instruments, you know, in left channel, another clump in the right, another clump over here, and you might add vocals in the middle and whatever, something a little off to the side. Well, on this, since he was able to go back to the very original tapes, he was able to open up this soundstage and get a really full modern sound on this. I love it. It's really good. So the second album, okay, like I said, I couldn't get the White Album, so I thought I would go for a more costly one to get more of a 20% off. I don't know if that's smart or not, but whatever. And I was aware of this album, and I've kind of been getting back into Chick Corea. This was released in 2016, simply called Chick Corea, the musician. This has 3 albums. It is a live album. 3 albums. Comes with a nice liner note pamphlet. And this was recorded at the Blue Note. That's the jazz club in New York City in, I think, 2011, when Chick turned 70 years old. So he played there, I don't know how many times, a lot of times over a period of 5 or 6 weeks. So I'm sure they recorded probably every night. And that's what these recordings are from. And they did make a DVD. I know some of this music is available on video, even on YouTube. At least some of the separate songs. It's got nice liner notes. Tells all about musicians and all that. And one thing really nice about this album is, like I said, it was recorded over a period of 5 or 6 weeks. So maybe every couple times he played, or maybe every time, he had a different group of musicians playing with him. And that's what this is. So you get like a really nice wide variety of Chick Corea and other musicians playing on here. So, for example, the first side of the album, and I'll go over these just to give you an idea of the different groups. I think there's like, I don't know, 12 or 13 different groups on this album, but it's all with Chick Corea. The first group, Return to Forever, Unplugged. Right there, tells the musicians, which is Chick Corea, Lenny White on drums, Stanley Clarke on bass, and Frank Gambale on guitar. Now, I don't think Al Di Meola plays on this album. If they have any guitar, it's usually, not always, usually Frank Gambale or Gambale. So they perform two songs, Captain Marvel, which is a fantastic cooking song, and Light as a Feather, which was written by Stanley Clarke when he was in Return to Forever. So then you turn it over. Well, actually, no, I think it's on the same side. Now, this particular group is called Five-Piece Band. And this has John McLaughlin. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, John McLaughlin on guitar, Kenny Garrett on sax, John Petitucci on bass, and Brian Blades on drums. That would be these photos here. It shows all the musicians. Super. So that's it for the first album. Second album, you go to, it's it'd be Chick Corea and Bobby McFerrin, just a duet. Chick on acoustic and Bobby McFerrin doing his vocal stuff. I'm not a big Bobby McFerrin fan, but you know, this is fine. And I gotta say, there's only one group on here that uses electric piano, and that was the previous one with John McLaughlin, where they get into some really cooking jazz fusion. So anyhow, like I said, Chick Corea and Bobby McFerrin. And then also the last song on this side is Chick Corea and Gary Burton, the vibraphonist, a duet. And they have the Harlem String Quartet playing with them. So that is be these photos over here. And the Harlem String Quartet, a viola, two violins, and a cello. And boy, is that good. Sounds super. Okay, flip the second album over on the second side. And there's one song, takes the whole side. This is Chick Corea. It's a tribute to Miles Davis. It's called, the group would be From Miles. And the players, Wallace Roney on trumpet, who does a fantastic job, Gary Bartz, sax, Eddie Gomez on bass, and Jack DeJohnette on drums. There he is right there, Jack DeJohnette. And this is just a tribute to Miles. Miles songs. Sounds super. So, okay, so we moved to the third album. This next group is called Flamenco Heart. Chick Corea. And then kind of like a flamenco group, a Latin feel. The name of the song is Mi Niña Lola. So that's, there we go, right there. There's the lead singer, female. Very good. Then also on that side you have, the next group is Chick Corea and Marcus Roberts duet with Wynton Marsalis. And it's called Chick Corea's Birthday Blues. A blues song, which is super great blues, great jazz blues. There's Wynton. So then the last group on that side is, once again, it's Chick Corea and Gary Burton duet, the vibraphonist, with the Harlem String Quartet, and also Chick's wife, Gail Moran Corea, singing. Okay, that would be this right here. There she is. It's good. You know, it's different. Okay, then the last side of the album is another group. It's a duet. Chick Corea and Herbie Hancock. Right there. So you just have Chick and Herbie on dueling acoustic pianos. And they only do one song, which is Herbie's Cantaloupe Island. It's a different take on the song. Sounds great. So then we get to the last song on the last side of all these albums. And this one is called the Chick Corea Electric Band, which it's got David Weckl on drums, John Patitucci on bass, Eric Marienthal on sax, and once again Frank Gambale on guitar. So that is, and it's got photos there. So that's it for the album. As I was going through, these are inner sleeves, and they're beautiful, so slick on the outside. They're slick on the outside, but you know what? On the inside, they're not slick. Not nearly as slick. And I pulled a couple of these records out the other day, and I've only played them twice. And I looked at them, and boy, did they look scuffed up, big time. They play fine, but man, they look scuffed up. And I am thinking it's because you don't have the nice inner polyline sleeves. So I've corrected that. I put the records in polyline sleeves, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to find a way to combine all this stuff, because I don't know if everything will fit back into the album or not. It is not a gatefold, it's just a kind of a thick, rather thick, and it's got an opening where all these albums slide in. So I don't know what I'm going to actually do with that, but that's about all I have to say on that. The time has changed today. That's going to mess me up. I know when I travel and go across time zones, it really screws me up. When they have time changes, you're only talking about an hour, but it screws me up big time. So I will probably be up till 2 o'clock tonight. I don't know. Whatever. So this is Bradley. Just hope everybody has had a good weekend, and I wish you well to have a good week. So until the next time, we'll see you later.